Hi, this is Anvesha Mukherjee and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to apply for a student visa in Ireland. Now this is a question that I've been asked by many people, including my friends and relatives, so I decided to make a video on it. Now if you're applying for a bachelor's course, then you need your 10th result and 12th provisional result, while if you're applying for a master's course, you need your bachelor's degree. Now, for the ones who are applying for a bachelor's degree, I know that if you're applying for September intake, your exams don't get over until April, and you don't get your results until May. So you can apply with your provisional results. You don't necessarily have to go for your result. You can submit your result to the college later on, but you can just go for the provisional result because you need to apply by March, while you don't finish off with your exam until April, so that makes sense. Then you need a statement of purpose where you explain why you're applying for this college, why not some other college, why you want to come to Ireland, what are your future goals and stuff like that. Next, you need to have a CV. Now, once you have these, now every college has its own admission procedure, and they all have their own admission letters, so you can fill out those forms online, most of them online in fact, and once you fill them up and send these documents to them through their website, they will give you something called a conditional letter. Now this conditional letter is something that means you are not exactly a student there yet, but they have a place for you in their college. You can become a student once you have cleared your fees, which means you have to deposit your fees, the payment to the college, in order to get that unconditional letter, which is the final letter of acceptance. Now, you can clear your payment, and there are a number of agencies in India who do that for you. You can go to Edvoice and British Council, and they're really help with counseling about how to go for payments and stuff like that. And once you have cleared your payment, then you receive something called the unconditional letter from the college. This unconditional letter is the final letter of acceptance. Now, next step is to apply for the visa. First things first, you need to have something called a police clearance certificate, which you can get from your nearest passport office. You can just go to your passport office, ask them to give you a police clearance certificate, and it will be issued to you most likely within a couple of days. They will put a stamp on your passport saying that you're a genuine person and that there is no criminal record against you, and they will give you a couple of papers as well with the signature that you're the right person. Second, you need proof of financial support, which means that who is going to finance you, from where you get the money. Now, you can be a self-sponsored person. You could be sponsored by your parents and relatives, or you could be sponsored by somebody else. Whoever it is, they need to have the proof of financial support. Usually you can get this document in the naturalization page or the immigration page of Ireland, and you just have to fill out the document, and then you can submit. You can just keep the document with you with the signature of the person, whoever is sponsoring you. Next is account details and income tax returns. So whoever is sponsoring you, they will want to see the income tax returns of that person. And the third thing about money is net worth value. Now you can go to any CA accountant in India, and they will issue something called a net worth value, which is like how much wealth you have, including all your assets, movable, immovables, whatever you have. So they calculate that, they estimate that, and they just declare it on pen and paper. Now, you can go to any CA and they would do it for you. Now, perhaps it sounds easier than it is when you do it, but this is the procedure. Now, speaking about the proof of financial support, this is how you go about doing it. Now, suppose, for example, your college fees is 9,000 euro. This is just an example, okay? 9,000 euro a year. And we say that the minimum cost of living in Ireland is 7,000 a year. It's most likely to go much above that. In fact, it's almost always above that, but we say it's the minimum. So you have 9,000 euro, which is your tuition fees, and then you have 7,000 euro, which is your living expense, which means you need to show that you have a minimum 16,000 euro in your account. Now, that to be safe, you can show more than that, of course, but this is just the borderline where you need to be, definitely. And next comes, so they will also ask for details about your payment to the college, which means that you need to show them the document that you have cleared your payment, as well as the letter of acceptance from your college. So both of them are important. Another important point is, if you have traveled abroad already, you perhaps know that you need to have a medical insurance in order to apply for any visa in any of the developed countries of the world. And the same rule applies for student visa as well, except for you have to do it for 1 year. The medical insurance should be valid for another 1 year, and you need to keep renewing it every year as well, as long as you're here in Ireland. So the medical insurance should be there, and you can go for Bajaj Alliance. They are really cheap and student friendly. Finally, your English exam, English language exam, especially if English is not your mother tongue. For most non-European countries, in fact all non-European countries, you have to go through some amount of exam to prove that your English is up to the standard. The one that's most valid in Ireland is IELTS. Now you can contact the Edwise of the British Council regarding this, and they're both very helpful about guiding students to how to go about the IELTS exams. Most colleges in Ireland ask for a minimum 6.5, but the best colleges would probably ask for 7 to 7.5. Now, to keep your head above the water, it's always better to go for more. That being said, some of the best colleges in Ireland would be Trinity, Dublin City University, University College Dublin, DIT, which is Dublin Institute of Technology, MU, which is Maynooth University. Some of the private colleges are also on rise, and they're just as good as any other government university. Now, the one that's leading at the moment is Dublin Business School. There's a number of Indian students who have come to this colleges, and in fairness, when you're applying for a job, the employees don't really look for which college you're from, they just look at your personal capability. So it's okay to be from any college, even if you're from Trinity, or whether you're from Dublin Business School or any other college, as long as you have your capacity to prove yourself. If you have work experience, you get the job. So that's how to get a visa into a student visa into Ireland, and that's it for today. See you next time. Until then, bye bye.